Welcome to the Affinity Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about customer experience and why putting people first matters. Hi, Grantley.
Hi.
All right. Let's start with what does customer experience encompass?
So the customer experience is the sum of all the interactions that customer has with your company. It can be many points of contact, but from the very inception, the first time they pick up the phone and call you, or they walk through your doors, or they buy a product off you, all the way through to when they exit. And that whole customer journey, if you will, can be influenced. The experience can be influenced. But it's a delicate dance. There's a lot going on, and each customer has different needs. It's complex. So the customer journey, in summary, would be a very complex set of contact points and interactions that person has with you. And part of what we'll talk about today is how to make that a little simpler.
Yeah, so would you say that exceptional customer experience leads to loyalty, increased sales, positive referrals, things like that? Is that a key component of those things?
Yeah, the byproduct of a great customer experience is people sticking around, buying from you again, or staying as a member or a customer. And the referrals that you get are very powerful from an existing customer. The trust that they have with their friends or family members actually underwrites a much more likely or greater likelihood of a sale for you.
What is NPS and why is it important?
So NPS is what we measure with Affinity OS. We measure two things, NPS and eNPS. We talked about eNPS last time. But NPS is the customer metric. It's their likelihood to promote or recommend your product. So it's a net promoter score is a technical term for it. And it's a very simple equation that's done to look at those people that are they're called promoters. So they give you a 9 or 10 on that score versus those people that are called detractors, which would score you from 0 to 6 on that 10 scale. And then in the middle is the passively satisfied folks. And they're pretty neutral, so they don't really impact the score. So the net promoter score is the 9s and 10s. You subtract from them the 6 to 0s.
What are some of the important reasons to use NPS?
Look, there's so many reasons, but there's probably 9 key reasons. One is that it's a user-friendly interface. It's a very simple implementation. You're asking literally one question. Because you're asking one question, it gathers high response rate. So that's another reason that the NPS has been so powerful. It does collect more reviews, so it actually gets you more feedback and ultimately positive reviews, because those people that give you a 9 or a 10 are promoters, and so they're wonderful reviews for you. Another reason is that it helps you analyze the customer loyalty equation, and enhance that. So what we want to understand is how likely are people to stick around, how likely are people to recommend, and being able to analyze and improve on that is a big thing, and the NPS number gives you that. It also increases customer retention and reduces churn. So in the fitness industry, as an example, retention is a challenge. A lot of people drop out routinely, attrition rates are high, and reducing that even by 1 or 2% can make a marked difference on your balance sheet. It also boosts the customer lifetime value, or CLV. Customer lifetime value is the value of that customer for the term of their lifetime with you. So if a member, for example, is a member for 3 years, their value is the 3 years cumulative, not just the initial sign-up or the monthly value. One more is being able to benchmark, and we use it with Affinity OS for 2 reasons. We use being able to benchmark against other competitors, so you can see what's happening in your industry, but more importantly, you can benchmark between clubs or between sites, and that's powerful. So for a franchise or a business that has multiple sites, NPS can be a great metric to see what's going well, who's doing the best job, what are they doing differently, and be able to work off that. It also helps identify the right time to upsell, meaning if somebody's giving you a 9 or 10, there's a great chance that they would buy more of your products or more of your product. and that's a great opportunity as well for them to refer. So great time to strike with a referral offer is when they're telling you that they love you. And the last one would be that it creates a stronger product overall. It allows you to improve your product, to refine your product. Affinity OS does some powerful things with the AI engine behind it, does some powerful things to bubble information to the top and distill that information. And so the NPS score is just a leading indicator of what's going on, but the distillation of the feedback that you're getting through the NPS question and commentary that members or customers give you is really powerful.
What are the most critical components of customer experience?
I think that's probably two things: empathy and understanding, and authenticity. And I think those two things sort of intertwine, in that if you're empathetic with somebody and you're not genuine, most people pick up on that. So it's really actually caring about your customer would probably be a good way to distill that.
What is the customer journey and why is it important?
So the customer journey is all the steps that a customer takes and is all the interactions they have with your brand. So the customer journey starts from the initial contact and, as I suggested before, can go all the way through to their exit. It's also about, let's think about what the customer journey should look like. And I'd say it should be a seamless and effortless experience. It should be something that's enjoyable. Behavioural science will tell you unequivocally, if you can take out pinch points, resistance points, friction, if you can remove friction in the customer journey, they'll stay longer, they'll buy more, they'll refer more of their friends.
How can companies create a customer-centric culture, and what role can Affinity OS play in that?
Yeah, so a customer-centric culture really is where you put the customer at the centre of everything that you do. When you look at the development of the product or what you do to give them a great experience, the customer is the centre point. And getting the feedback through Affinity OS is a very powerful way of making sure that you keep the customer at the centre of that. It also creates a culture that prioritises customer satisfaction, and that's really important. That empathy that team members display for customers comes through when customers feel like you're relating to them, you're communicating well with them, and that satisfaction matters. And in turn, the customer satisfaction goes up when they feel heard. Also empowering team members to make decisions. Affinity OS does give you an opportunity to communicate with the customer, and as a function of that, continue to improve on that customer feedback. And if the team members have the ability to make decisions or to respond to those things that are within their wheelhouse, that's great. And then they can also escalate it to team members above them or managers or leaders if it's something outside of their ability to rectify. Affinity OS serves as a feedback mechanism, but it goes beyond that. It's really a powerful communication tool. And the AI engine that actually drives this serves to uncover trends and really expose the customer experience and give you granular looks at that. So you can really drill down very, very deeply, but equally you can look at it as an overview as well and everywhere in between. So Affinity OS really is a mechanism for distilling the customer experience and bottling it really. It's a very powerful tool.
How does Affinity OS help companies measure customer experience and use feedback to improve?
So the Net Promoter Score is at the heart of that. The Net Promoter Score is where we're measuring those experiences that customers are having, and then the communication platform that is built into that allows you to respond and hopefully even improve that experience, and very often that's what happens. Oftentimes customers that respond and say, hey, I love your company, and you recognise that and appreciate that, that's wonderful. They love the acknowledgement. But sometimes when people are telling you that they don't love some of the things you're doing, and you actually respond to them and communicate with them, that in and of itself can turn that whole customer experience around, just the fact that they're being heard. And lastly, with Affinity OS, it's not just about NPS. We talked last session about eNPS, and those two intertwined are really powerful. I talk about it in my book, The Affinity Principle, And we talk about the great leadership experience leading to the great team member experience. And the team member experience is that EMPS number, that engagement of team. And when the team's engaged, the member experience comes with that, and so the MPS number follows. So it is unique in that it actually looks at the whole continuum of the customer experience from delivery point through to their perception.
Any final thoughts about customer experience or any final tips?
Look, creating a great experience for customers is not complex. We are all customers ourselves, and we know what we like. And if you really think about what you like and what you would measure as a great customer experience, that is a really good starting point. It is about being heard. It is about the product solving a problem you have. It is about feeling like the company that you're buying from actually cares about you. It's not rocket science. But a lot of times as we get further and further removed from that customer point of contact, it's hard for us to see that and see exactly what that experience is like. And that's why we use this system, the Affinity OS system. It is a powerful look into what is the customer experience like within your business, and in turn, what is the team member experience like within your business, and it gives you the ability to influence that. So when we designed the Affinity OS platform, we did it very, very thoughtfully, I think mindfully, I guess, because we knew that if the members were having a great experience or the customer was having a great experience, it was going to be a byproduct of the team members. And so we needed to measure both those metrics, and I think it does a really good job of that.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. If you have any comments or feedback, please let us know in the comments or reach out to us on social media. And we hope you can join us next time. Thank you.